Esau,
right?
who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Right, so let's deal with this. The reason why I wanted you to read that, because I wanted to spot out an actual word in there. The word there is profane. So in other words, he would be out of the temple. When the kingdom of heaven is set up, because the scripture also talks about how now we're not going to be able to bring anything that offend that's pretty much unclean. Something to that effect anyway. So Esau, he's not even going to be seen. The only time you're going to see him is if he's got work to do. Or we're going to be whipping that out. So that's the only time he's going to be used or seen for. Alright? But other than that, he's going to be out there in the wilderness, in the damn, in the pit somewhere, man. That's where he's going to be. Go on, bro.
For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
Right, and if you know that he would have inherited the blessing, but he was rejected, man. So it was all set up through the spirit that he didn't receive the blessing. Because the older brother, as always in the ancient world, will receive the inheritance of their father. That was always the case, but the Lord made it to where Jacob inherited the blessing instead. Alright? So what Rebecca did, what she did, was actually through the spirit of the Lord. Although it wasn't really right, but it was all through the spirit of the Lord. Because the Lord was dropping Jacob on the ground anyway. One thing with the Most High. One thing with the Most High, he knows his spirits. He created them. He knows all of these spirits out there. And he already knew that Esau was going to be the wicked. So give me that in Proverbs 16:4. The Lord already knew that when Esau came out, he was going to bring forth his kind on the earth. He's going to bring forth his wicked children. That was the wicked. So why would he then receive the promise? When he would destroy it, when he would abuse his power and all that stuff, which is what he's doing right now. Just think about it. If Esau had the blessing, the earth would be destroyed, man. There would be no paradise or garden of Eden. All right, just think. Let me just put it this way. Think of this society as an everlasting kingdom. What would happen? We'll all be dead. The animals would be dead. All of us would be dead. Anything that possesses some kind of life force would be dead. Okay? Which is pretty much where we reached that point anyway. Yeah. You got certain animals that have reached that extinction. Okay? So that shows you right there that the so-called white man, he's proven himself and backed up what the Bible is saying about being the evil, being the devil. Okay? And we deal with all kind of different subject matters out there. But the spirit just got us dealing with Esau right now. As we always do, we roll in the spirit, you know? Anyway, brother, yeah, get that.
For he found no place of repentance,
right,
though he sought it carefully with tears.
Exactly, so he found no place of repentance and he sought it carefully with tears. So there's a race of people that cannot repent. Even if they tried to, even if they gave their guts up to the Most High, the Lord ain't trying to hear that, man. The Lord ain't trying to see that. Okay, the only people that can repent is the so-called Latino, so-called Negro, so-called Latino Native American Indians. Okay? Those are the only people that can repent. No other nation. Now the churches teach something different because they got money to make. Alright? They gotta maintain that lavish lifestyle. Whatever lifestyle they live in, they gotta maintain it. So they're gonna lie to you and tell you, oh, everybody gonna make it. No. Only Israel's gonna make it. Only the Israelites are gonna make it. And I'm gonna make it, and I'm actually gonna make it. It's the elect of Israel's gonna make it. Okay? Finish that. Alright, yeah, so yeah, go back to what did you have before? Yeah, 16 and 4, yeah.
This is Proverbs 16 and 4, and it says, Yahweh hath made all things for himself. Yeah, the wicked, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Right, even the wicked for the day of evil. So the so-called white man, he's proven himself time in and time out, based on history, based on what he's doing now, that he's the wicked. So the Lord is going to use him to bring forth the evil day. And what is the evil day? The evil day is going to come when this society shuts down completely. When you have martial law being declared on your streets. Okay? And he's going to go crazy when he uses military power on the people. Go on.
Revelations 9, verse 15. Start verse 15. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for 1 hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men.
Right, because you have to understand what this is talking about. You have three kinds of men on the planet. You have the men of, you have the what you call the sons of men, and then you also have the sons of the righteous, and then you also have the sons of the wicked. And this is talking about the sons of the wicked. They're going to be destroyed. The third class of men is talking about the wicked souls. Okay, go on.
And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000.
Right.
And I heard the number of them.
Now you got some people, some knuckleheads breaking this down, talking about this is the angels. This ain't talking about the angels. This is talking about the missiles that are gonna hit ground zero and pelt this place down to the freaking grave where it deserves. And I mean hell. Okay, go on.
And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire,
Right.
and of jacinth and brimstone.
So it's telling you right there, breastplates of fire. You slap your breastplates. Because what is a breastplate? It's something that the men of war used to wear to protect their torso, their chest area, and it was made out of metal. So it's an instrument that is made out of metal. It's telling you about, okay? And it's a missile. Go on.
And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions.
Right, because what does a lion do? A lion devours its prey. The minute a lion pelts its prey, it devours it. And that's what those missiles are going to do. Those missiles are going to devour its prey. Right, so in other words, I'm going to say this as well. We don't necessarily have to lay a finger on anybody. The Lord is doing all this work. Okay, because you got these police trucks over there trying to intimidate us. We ain't going to do nothing. They're wasting their freaking time. That's what they're doing. Right? They're wasting their time. They can arrest us right now. Things are not going to change. And what's going to happen is we're just going to come back out and shoot again. Do what we're doing like we were doing before. That's all that's going to happen. It happened before, so it's going to happen again. All right? Go on, bro.
And out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone.
Right? Out of their mouths issued fire and brimstone. Okay? So that's exactly what's going to happen on this planet. It's not a matter of if or maybe or it could happen. No, it's definitive that it's going to happen. There's going to be a nuclear war, and there's going to be a lot of dead bodies out here, burned flesh out here. That's what the end is going to be of this place. That's why the Russians are getting prepared. The allies of Russia are also getting prepared as well. And the allies of America will all get prepared for this great day. Okay? So I don't want to hear this lollygagging bullshit, man. Or you can't say that, y'all can't say that. Because it's going to happen. Alright? Just deal with it, man. Alright? Too bad. Go on, bro.
By these three was the third part of men killed. By the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths.
Right, so there's going to be three things that's going to come out of those missiles. Fire, brimstone, and smoke. And that smoke is going to be ascending up to the heavens for a good long time. Okay? That's what's going to happen. And you cannot stop it, baby boy. You cannot, and it won't be stopped. The Lord spoke the word, and it's going to be manifested. All right? Give me that, what is it? Give me Numbers 25, brother. Numbers 19. I think it's 19. And you also give me Isaiah 55, verse 11.
For their power is in their mouth and in their tails.
Yeah,
For
Numbers 23 and 19.
For their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt.
Right, and that's just the bottom line, man. And all of these people out here, they're gonna be consumed with the fire too. They're gonna be destroyed as well, man. All of these clowns of our people, they're gonna be fucking destroyed as well, man. 'Cause I'm sick and tired of looking at these clowns, man. Sick and tired of it, man. I'll tell you what, bro, yeah, finish that.
They said, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues,
Right.
yet repented not of the works of their hands,
Right.
that they should not worship devils and idols of gold
Exactly.
and silver and brass
Yeah.
and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk.
Exactly. So that goes to prove that not everybody's gonna die. You got people talking about, well, if you talk about the nuclear war, you're gonna die too. No, we're not gonna die. And I'm gonna back it up. Give me Mark 9 and 4, bro. Give me the book of 9 and 4, because see, the elect, they're not gonna die, man. We're gonna get beamed up, in a miraculous fashion. We're going to be saved in a more of a miraculous fashion, right? And it's going to supersede the miracle that took place or the salvation that took place in ancient Egypt. Go on.
Mark 9 verse 1. And he said unto them, verily I say unto you, that there be some of them that stand here which shall not taste of death,
right,
till they have seen the kingdom of God come with power.
Exactly, and that's going to be one of these brothers, or it could be me, okay, or some other brother that's doing this work. So we're not gonna, a lot of us ain't gonna perish through that drama that's gonna take place on the earth, because it's gonna be nothing but drama. Great astronomical drama. People love drama, right? But they're gonna have the drama coming right near them, the neighborhood right near them. And that's what's gonna happen. I'm talking about the nuclear war that's gonna happen. Okay? Because this society got to go anyway. It's too crazy. People are bugged out. People are more clownish than ever before, and they don't serve a purpose anymore. So they got to go. All right, it's time for them to go. Okay, it's just what it is. These men don't know. These men don't know what they're doing. These women damn sure don't know what they're doing with themselves. Okay, and I just think for the time being, it's just the right. It's really rightfully so that the most I get rid of this society, man. Because if this society continues on, all that's going to happen is you're going to die anyway. So if people about us will just die in the best fashion ever. And the best fashion ever is that they burn on fire. And then on top of that, what's beautiful about it is that not only are they going to burn on fire, but they're pretty much going to build the earth back up, because the earth needs soil to rebuild it back to its good old state. And the people are going to be soil, or should I say food for the earth. There you go, brother. That's what I wanted to say. They're going to be fertilizer for the earth. Go on, brother. Yeah, give me Malachi 4. You know what I mean. You know, so that's just the bottom line, man. At the end of the day, we out here that's doing this work, we seek for that day to come. We seek for the day of the demise of the society to come, man. Every single day. Every day that I wake up in the morning, man, I'm thinking about seeing the destruction of this stuff, seeing the uprising of the Israelites, man. We as a people. And I'm talking about the elect. That's what I mean by we as a people, first and foremost. You know what I mean? You get up in the morning, you gotta deal with this Edomite supremacy bullshit, man. And you gotta look at these old foolish women out here, man. They got boyfriends and stuff like that looking at you. What the fuck you looking at me for, man? Just all of this confusion, I'm just tired of it, man. Sometimes you get pissed off, man. You know what I mean? I know I'm the ones that tell brothers, man, don't get too emotional, man. But you can't. Sometimes you can't help it, man. It's like, God fucking that, man. How long do we gotta stay here for? This is crazy, man. Go on, bro.
Malachi 4 verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
Right, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. So, for example, let's say you're cooking something. You put your hand in that oven on full power. Your hands are going to burn the hell up, and you're going to feel the burning sensation. So people are actually going to feel the burning sensation down here on this earth, because those missiles are going to melt down on ground zero, and people are going to feel the sense of burning. Okay, so read that.
And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
Right, all the proud, yea, and all they that do wickedly shall be stubble. They're going to be burned, and they're going to be for the fertilizing of the earth. Okay, since they couldn't fertilize themselves, they're going to fertilize the earth now. And guess what? The thing with fire is a purifying agent. And what fire does is it illuminates new lands, like magma. Okay, magma forms new lands and stuff like that. So there's going to be nothing but fire on the earth. And that's going to restore the earth back to its original state, because you have all of this all these different chemicals and pollutions in the air, right? And garbage that's pretty much been piled up throughout the centuries, that's got to be burned away as well. So the fire is going to be the perfect agent to use to bring everything back in order again, so that we can live in paradise all over again. Okay? The reason why people are sick because you have garbage all over the fucking place and chemicals floating all over the place. So this is why we gotta get the hell out of here, man. It's time for us to get out of here, man. right? And I say in the name of Yahweh Shemiel Shai that this society gets fucking destroyed, man. I'm gonna say it again because I studied. In the name of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, this goddamn society is gonna be destroyed, man. All right? Go on, bro.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts.
Right, and the day that cometh, it shall burn them up, man. And these people need to get burned up because they too sick to be walking around any doggone way, man. Every time you walk past somebody, you see a friggin' bug out, man. Whether it's Esau or whether it's a Jake. Everybody's bugged out their mind, man. They're already dead as they're walking anyway, so they might as well just die anyway, man. Go on, bro.
You say, that shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Exactly. In other words, the Lord is going to destroy the society to the point where of no return. Because remember how ancient Rome fell and then it came back all over again. That's not going to happen no more. Okay? Like the idea of the powers that be, they want to set up a one-world system after the destruction that they've caused on the earth. That's what they believe, but that's not going to be. In the midst of them setting up this new world order, they're going to do things to fulfill prophecy. And it's going to lead them to the Mac Daddy prophecy of them being destroyed. Okay? Go on, brother. Yeah, get me, what else can you get me? Yeah, get me Jeremiah 63. No, give me the scripture where it talks about how the Lord will send the fire. You can get me that. That's in 21.
Send the fire.
Yeah, where it says how does it go, man? It goes
What would it be if the fire is already kindled?
That's the one, right?
Wait.
Okay, yeah, read it.
Luke chapter 12, verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I?
See, fire is not a bad thing if you understand something. You see, like I said earlier before, fire is a purifying agent. Just like water. Water purifies you as well. But fire purifies as well. Okay? Especially something that is hard to purify. That's what fire is there for. Okay? And what the thing with fire does is fire puts fear in you. So this is why people are going to be humbled when the kingdom is set up, because they're going to remember the dramatizing situation that they were in before, or their families were in before that perished and died. And they're going to know who the people of God are, man. They're going to know that it's us. And they're going to serve the sons and daughters of the Creator. That's what they're going to do, because they're going to be under some severe fear. And they're going to be pretty much shell-shocked, shaking in their boots. All right? Go on, bro.
And what will I if it be already kindled?
Right, what would I if it already be kindled? So it's telling you right there, the scripture there, that before the Lord makes his second coming, there's going to be rioting. There's going to be a lot of havoc going on in the streets amongst the people. All kind of craziness is going to happen because people are going to be losing their minds when society declares bankruptcy. As we're coming real close to that happening, and in the midst of World War III as well. Okay, so like I said, we're not doing it. We're not going to do anything to nobody. All we deliver is the truth. And if people get bugged out to the point where they want to off themselves, then that's just too bad. Life goes on. Yeah, life goes on. We don't give a damn. Go on.
But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straightened till it be accomplished?
Right, how am I straightened till it be accomplished? Because we're being straightened. The baptism is the word of the Lord, which is what we got. And as we have the baptism, we're being straightened, meaning we're being conditioned to stand upright. Okay? But that's all I wanted, brother. You know what I mean? But the Lord is going to send a fire in his place. Go on.
This is our second Ezra 13. And
I know you're going to come.
And 29, and it says, behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
Exactly, man. And that's what all of us as brothers have to believe. I know what I mean. Sometimes demons will enter in your mind and you may think, man, am I going to be destroyed? Man, am I going to make it? I don't know. You can't have that in your mind. You got to knock that out and believe that Yahweh Shah is going to deliver you. Because the Lord knows what we're going through, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Lord knows that we're being screwed over, man, by these spiritual entities that's making us go off. So if you're genuine about this thing and the Lord sees that, you ain't gotta worry about that, man. Okay? You have to have faith and believe that we're gonna be safe. Go on, brother.
Verse 30, and it shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Right, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell upon the earth. Exactly, because we're as an astonishment upon the earth. And the Lord, like I said, the Lord knows our situation. So the Most High, as the scripture says, how the Most High deals with the lowly and the meek and the broken.
It says, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another. It says one people against another and one realm against another.
Right, and one realm against another. So you're going to have these wars amongst the people. Even when it concerns on a smaller level, like you're going to have riots, okay, amongst, because you have people that have different belief systems, different nationalities, different ways of thinking. So they're going to try and, override one another with their ideologies or what they feel needs to be done. Okay? Race wars. Okay, even between, like, for example, like this brother brought out a couple of weeks ago how down there in England you have the English and you have the IRA, the Irish. So you're gonna have the race war between them. Just like how in America you're gonna have the race wars between the so-called Negroes and the so-called white people. Okay?
And it says, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen which I showed thee before.
Right, and it says that the signs shall happen that are being before. Because these things that we're talking about, it's already been pre-planned, preordained to happen before it even happened in the physical realm. Go on.
It says, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascended.
And it says that, so it says, and then at that same time, that's when his son is going to be declared. Who's going to be declared? Yahushua. The man who we do the work for, the man that we serve Yahushua. So he's going to be declared in the heavens. And he's going to come all in the midst of all of this drama that he's going to bring, beginning with his father. Go on.
And he says, and when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another.
Right.
And innumerable multitude shall be gathered together as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting.
So what's going to happen is when this nuclear war pops off, they're going to be fighting each other, and then they're going to see this big thing come out the sky, or some unusual object, on an identifiable flying object, come into what is it, from outer space, and they're going to stop their battles that they have between each other, and they're going to look to fight against the Most High. Okay? But all of this is going to happen, brothers. This is not something that we're just reading about. This is something that's going to happen, man. Okay? This is why, you had films like 1984 and other films concerning the UFOs.
Yeah.
Independence Day.
Independence Day. In 1984 was talking about something else.
That's the only difference is the depiction in those movies. A big percent of the time they're correct. The only difference is the ending, because Esau always shows himself to have won the war. Right. Independence Day they found a way to trick themselves into the mothership and then put a computer virus in it and put the whole thing down. In real life, it's not gonna be so. They get the movie correct the way they make them. It's always the ending that they portray themselves to win the war all the time. But in the prophecy, in the scriptures, obviously the Lord wins the war, man. The way He's gonna bring them down, man, it's gonna be like they're nothing, man. As powerful as they are today, He's gonna bring them down easily and quickly, man. The destruction of America from the lasers, from the chariots, it's only gonna take 1 hour. As vast and as strong as that empire is,
Exactly.
And they get every year they get better and better and better with technology.
Yeah.
They get stronger and more powerful. you know.
But it's greater they become, and the stronger they become, it's not going to amount to the power of the Lord.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be, they're going to just get toasted.
Yeah.
No matter what, because see, what you got to understand is that if you're given power or wisdom, where are you getting that from? Ultimately, where does man get all of these things from? The Most High.
Yeah.
Okay, if he's the Most High power, when he give man power, if the Most High is a man of wisdom, or God of wisdom, when he give you wisdom, of course.
Yeah.
So he would have to have that by the abundance than men. So no matter what kind of capability Esau got, they're still going to be dissolved and laserized.
Yeah. The latest about the technology is every 12 hours there's an upload something new.
Right. Because they just started flying like not too many decades ago. They didn't start flying until what? Quote me if I'm wrong, brothers. Until the 30s, man. The 1930s they didn't start flying. But the Lord and his hosts have been flying forever. Esau just started flying like what, 80, 90 years ago, man.
Also, because the technology for flying, and it shows you how quickly the Lord has given them this technology, because it's a small space of time to achieve everything that they have achieved. But now the same flying technologies are going out of space and back down, you know.
You're talking about flying. Isaiah 31 verse 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it. Passing over, he will preserve it.
Right, exactly. So the Lord is he's going to pretty much gather the host, okay, and we're going to be gathered amongst those chariots, okay. So the first entity that was flying were the angels of God, okay. And where did the angels of God get that kind of knowledge from? The Most High. Yeah, and the angels got that capability before mankind even got that. So I got this thing over here. It says, I tell you what, brother, you speak because you were saying something.
Yeah, okay. Going back. Okay, let me go back and finish off what I was reading. Okay, because when the Lord comes back,
I got it, brother. I got it right here. It's locked. This is It says this is on December 17th. 1903, Wilbur and Overwright made 4 brief flights at Kitty Hawk with their first powered aircraft. The Wright brothers had invented the first successful airplane. The Wrights used this stopwatch to time the Kitty Hawk flights. So this was what? 116 years ago they started flying. But the Lord been flying forever. And his angels, man. Okay?
You got examples of men that got beamed up in the chariot in Genesis. Enoch, he got beamed up in the chariot. Elijah, he got beamed up in the chariot. So the chariots have always been around.
David got beamed up in the chariot.
David, yeah, when he got saved from the Philistines, you know, the Lord just beamed him up and took him somewhere else. So he physically, literally, the Lord had to go in. He was screwed up in the situation he was. The Lord came and took him and went and left him somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, so the chariots have always been there, man.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. So it just goes to show you that Esau is not so great as he thinks he is. Because Esau likes to portray, I don't mean to go into something else, but Esau likes to portray like he came up with all of this technology, but the Lord gave you the technology in the first place. Okay? Because they didn't start flying until, 1903. But prior before 1903, which is really 19 AD, before 19 AD came, you already have the chariots already in the midst of the skies already. Give me that in Zechariah, brother. I think it's what Zechariah said, I see a flying roll. In Zechariah 5. Like you were saying, you had certain men that got delivered, and as this brother said, King David got delivered. So that came way before Esau just started flying and all that. Okay? Go on, brother.
Zechariah 5 verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll.
So what was he talking about? A flying roll that he saw? Because there was no jet fighters, there was no helicopters back then, there was no airplanes back then. What did he see? He saw what Esau would call, unidentified flying objects, a UFO. That's what he saw. But we call it the Iron Force, because we can identify those flying objects. Okay, go on.
And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying robe.
Yeah.
The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Exactly. This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. And this is what we just seen. You see the chapter. Okay, fly before the cat many of times. Okay, this year and last year and the year before that. So that's an indication of the downfall of this world. The downfall of the revival of this ancient Roman system. And also the complete end of white supremacy. Where everything is right is white. So-called, I say that. It's not white people. They're really the red people that the Bible talks about. Okay? Like the brother, the elder Malcolm brought it out. They didn't start calling themselves white until